Hello, Tony.
Rob Riggle, how are you?
Good, thank you very much.
I am honored to talk with you. We've done a few junkets together in the past, but
Okay.
this this new technology is a lot of fun because you don't have to leave Los Angeles.
I mean, all I gotta do is get up a little early, but I can handle that.
Yeah, and then you go to sleep early too, so it's one of those things. Let's talk a little bit about your new show on Discovery.
Yeah.
You're now a globetrotter. You're a global investigator.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get to host Shark Week for the last 2 years, and so I got to know some of the people at Discovery, and we had some conversations, and I pitched them a show. They asked me, "Do you have any ideas for shows?" And I said, "Sure." And I just gut shot at it and said, "How about a show where I travel around the world solving mysteries?" And they said, "Great." So that's kind of how that's how it started.
It's what you do anyway, in your regular spare time.
That's right. That's right. We all have to have hobbies.
And we're just now premiering the show. Talk to me a little bit about your love for travel.
Well, I do. I love to travel. I think it's something everybody should try to do as much as they can. The one thing that we all have in common is a finite amount of time, and you gotta take advantage of the time while you have it. So, if you get an opportunity to travel, I believe that you should travel and go see the world. That's where you get to grow. That's where you get to learn. That's where you get to expand your vision. A lot of things happen when you travel, and most of them are good. So,
It's a very eye-opening experience to travel, especially to countries that you don't know too much about. You've only heard about certain things, and the reality of how people are really kind and loving just hits you over the head.
Yeah.
We're all the same.
yeah, you like I said, yeah, I agree with what you just said, and I think you do. You learn all kinds of life lessons, especially the human ones, which are probably the most important lessons to learn.
What mysteries have you solved already?
Well, I like to think that I solve all the mysteries that I look into, but of course I leave that open for interpretation. But we definitely took on some fun ones: the Holy Grail, the missing Roman Ninth Legion, Black Caesar's treasure, the Cowboys' lost treasure, UFOs, the lost city of Atlantis. We went all over. We went to Greece, Santorini, Crete, Scotland, England, Arizona, the Nevada desert. We went around and we looked into these mysteries. We interviewed experts in the field. We discussed possible theories on what happened, what could have happened, what's most likely that happened, and we have a lot of fun while we do it. We sprinkle in a little comedy dust on top of it to make it a little more entertaining than what you normally see on Discovery, and yet at the same time, it's still a classic Discovery show because you're going to get real history and real experts talking about real things.
This sounds like not only is it a lot of fun, but it feeds that 8-year-old kid inside of you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's when I pitched the show is really my secret fantasy to be Indiana Jones. I think anybody who's ever seen Indiana Jones doing his thing wants to be that, wants to do that for a little while, wants to go look into some ancient ruins and discover some mystery or, unfold some legend or hear an amazing story from the past that, is it true? Is it not true? Well, let's find out. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun to do it, and I feel very grateful.
Hosting isn't an easy task. Does your history and your training in improv help you a lot in your hosting duties?
Yes, actually, it does. I have a passion for history, so I'm automatically invested. I automatically have a passion for what we're talking about. So it was very easy for me to be present and be focused on what we were doing. And then, of course, I came up as an improviser. Whoops, my phone just rang. I came up as an improviser, so improv has always been something that I've done, whether it was in the theater at the Upright Citizens Brigade in New York City, or whether it was on The Daily Show when I was doing interviews. You had to react and be in the moment. So I like to think I brought some of those skills along too.
Well, I'm a fan of Mindy Sterling out there, as of course, her group, And Rob, I also want to end this interview by thanking you for your service with the Marines. You're a terrific guy. I read your history, and I'm proud to talk to you today.
Well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you to say. It was my honor to serve and my honor to be a Marine.
Well, thank you very much, Lieutenant Colonel, and have a wonderful afternoon. And we're all going to be watching Rob Riggle, Global Investigator.
Yes, Sunday, March 8th on the Discovery Channel, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Wonderful, Rob. I hope to catch up to you with you in L.A. when I'm there sometime.
All right, sounds good.